One, two, three, action. Hi guys, we are back from a very eventful day of shopping and stand-up comedy. Oh my god, we are so tired by now, but I am so excited to still show you all what we bought, and I think like we have got like really nice and exciting stuff. So anyways, our first stop was at Diptyque, and this was a brand which was recommended by my friend to me, and I didn't know actually, and in the shop they told us that this apparently is Shah Rukh Khan's favorite brand in London, and that specific store was his favorite. And if you don't know Shah Rukh Khan, I mean, okay, fine, Google him. But yeah, it was his favorite store, and I'm not surprised. It was so cute. The store was so nice. The vibe was so good. Like those, you know, those stores where you go and it's like aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, that's Diptyque. So I was recommended to buy these candles, the scented candle, and it was a bit pastely. Like initially when I smelled it, like we got like these smells of some spice that we use in food, but they were like, no, it's more woody and herby. And when we actually googled it, they actually put this thing in many foods, so it sounded familiar. But we love these woody scents, and it also is supposed to have some root scents and all, so we are excited to try it out. And maybe in some video you're going to see it behind us, like that candle you see now. Appreciate it, please. And then we went to Daunt bookstore. The thing was, today it was very hot, and I think like it was really crowded, so unfortunately we were sweating a lot when we were there. And the bookstore is smaller than Waterstones Falls. It's very nice with its woody texture, and it's when you go in, it's segregated by various countries, so it's very different from all what other bookstores are doing. So you need to like look really deep into what actually you want, and it's more about by geography and the authors you want to read. So we picked two books from there. One was There Are Rivers in the Sky by Elif Shafak. I haven't read anything from this author yet, but the cover looks stunning, and apparently this book is set across like 3 eras, and all the stories are interconnected by a drop of water. So the concept sounded really nice, the cover looked great, and I have heard good things about this author. So I'm very excited to read this one. My husband picked it up for me. Seeing the cover, he loves aesthetically pleasing cover. And yes, we are going to Greece in a few weeks, so the blue and white, you know, I'm in that vibe, I'm in that mood. So yeah, I'm very excited to read this. I actually even started reading it a little bit on the way back from the tube. Next one that we picked is Mina's Matchbox by Yokogawa. It's a Japanese literature. I have books of this author in my TBR. One is The Housekeeper and the Professor, and the second one is The Memory Police, and they have been avid for a long while and I haven't gotten into it. But I think the cover looked like really cute with this girl and hippopotamus. And the book deals with a family at a particular point in time when it was near to collapse, and what actually happens there. It's like a memory frozen in time, and I'm feeling a lot of nostalgia these days. I just read My Friends by Bachman, and I was feeling very nostalgic, and I really want to read books which make me feel a bit of nostalgia. I don't know if it's going to evoke that feeling in me, but I'm excited to read this. It seems like a short read, so yeah, sounds promising. after the Daunt Bookshop, we walked to the Waterstones near the Green Park station. I don't exactly know what is that Waterstones called, but I know it's just outside the Green Park station. And I love that Waterstones so much. It's huge. It's like 4 or 5 stories. There are lifts in it, and it has all the collection in the world. Like, trust me, like I went there to just buy like 1 or 2 books, like I did from Daunt. But guess how many we ended up picking? 5 books. Oh, I always do this to myself. So the first book, this is actually what my husband picked up. It's Mindset by Dr. Carol Dweck. He reads a lot of non-fiction. I am more of a fiction reader. Like, non-fiction to me reads more like textbooks. So I don't know, but apparently it's about mindset to achieve success. So yeah, who doesn't want to read about that? Like, I'm sure he's going to read it and summarize it for me, and I'll tell you guys how he felt about it. There's also blue and white. Seems like the Greece theme. And then we went to the fantasy section in Waterstones, and I was so lost. I didn't know what to pick. There was such a huge variety of books. I didn't even know what I was looking for. So then I went and asked people to guide me, and I told them I really recently enjoyed reading Will of the Many. It's written by James Islington, and it's the way people below, they're ceding will to each other, and they form like a hierarchy. So people on top, they hold all the power, while people below, they're just like ceding will to people on top. So it's like a form of currency is will instead of money that we have. So people below, they're just like, it literally destroys them. The world building, the storytelling was amazing in Will of the Many, and I'm craving a fantasy like that. So they actually recommended me 4 books, and I didn't want to buy all 4 of them. So I had to pick 2 with a heavy heart. I had to keep 2 of them back. Maybe I'll tell you later which 2 were. I don't remember on top of my head. The first one is The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne, and it says it's also like a saga, and it's a Norse-inspired world. And again, it's packed with myth, magic, and bloody vengeance. Yeah. It's also an epic new fantasy. The cover looks really good. It kind of reminds me of Game of Thrones a little bit with the dragon and this. And I loved Game of Thrones. So I'm very excited to read this book. I don't know a lot about it, but I googled for the ratings. Yes, I am that shallow. I look at ratings and I decide what to read. Despite the fact that I have rated like so many books which are below 4 stars. I have loved them a lot, and that they have become my favorite books. But despite that, when I have to buy a new book, that's what I judge it on. But anyways, I'm very excited to read this one. The second one has an even more interesting cover. It's called The Rage of the Dragons by Evan Winter. And when we were buying this book, the person at the till, she said like, oh, that's a very nice pick. So yeah, I have high hopes from it. It also says at the back that it's Game of Thrones meets Gladiator. I loved Game of Thrones. I didn't quite enjoy Gladiator, but yeah. 2 promising movies which sold a lot. So yeah, and this also seems the story of a chosen one, like, because it says like one young man will become his people's only hope for survival. So it's also the chosen one, which is kind of a similar theme in Will of the Many. But interesting cover, and both books are about dragons. I didn't realize that. Guess what? I'm reading a lot of dragons now. I am just babbling at this point. But yeah, in this book also, like below, there's this quote by James Islington where he says it's intensive, inventive, and action-packed. So if he liked this book and he wrote Will of the Many, so who am I to question this? Who am I? I'm just a reader. But yeah, I'm going to read these books and I'm going to tell you if you have enjoyed Will of the Many, should you pick any of these. The next book, my husband picked it up for me because recently I've been reading some good horrors, namely When the Wolf Comes In, then Bat Eater, and other stories by Cora Zeng, which I'm currently reading and I'm very enjoying it a lot. And also Don't Let the Forest In. So he wanted me to buy a new horror. It's called Let the Right One In. And apparently it's an international bestseller, and I think there's a movie based on it which I haven't watched, and it's a vampire retelling. I read Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice, and I thought it was a brilliant book. It was a very innovative way to recount the tale of vampire. And so I'm very excited to read this one and what they do with that concept, because I've seen it in movies and shows so many times that it's difficult for me to read something which is new, which is fresh. So I'm very excited to read this one. The cover, again, it looks really great. And the last book of the day, which I picked, is The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. I love Mariana Zapata. She writes these slow burn romances, and they are long, but they are so rewarding to read. And her male characters, like, they are not green flags, they are green forests. So you need to stop reading these toxic characters, and if you want to read about male characters who are actually very nice and caring, and they care so much about the girl, and it just comes from the heart, you know, and like they do so much. And like, I have always loved the way she writes male characters, and she just doesn't dwell in the love story. They're just dynamics that the characters are having with their family, probably their grandma or grandpa, which is also so cute. So this is the only book by her which I haven't read yet, and I've rated almost all her books with a 5-star. So I'm very excited to read this one. I didn't even read the plot. Like, it's by Mariana Zapata. I don't care about the plot, I don't care about the rating. I know I'm gonna love it, and oh my god, I am so excited. So that was all the shopping and our eventful Saturday and how we spent. And I'm an old soul and I am tired and I need to go eat and then sleep and then be ready for Sunday and edit this video so that you guys can watch it. None of you are watching it. I forgive you, but so that's it about all our shopping ventures of the day. We had a blast. I love going to bookstores. So if you know any more bookstores in London which I should check out, please put in the comments below. If you have other book recommendations like Will of the Many, please put them below as well. If you have read any of these books and want to tell me if it's good or bad and which one I should pick first next, please drop below in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and that was a wrap. Bye bye, good night, Shubh Ratri.